Welcome to the Daily Globe. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. The tectonic plates of global power are shifting in ways few imagined a decade ago. The geopolitical landscape is undergoing a profound transformation, with new alliances forming and old ones being questioned. 2 EU member states are now preparing to seek membership in the BRICS bloc, an alliance long seen as a counterweight to Western dominance. This unprecedented move is reshaping the balance of power. This move signals deep dissatisfaction with the current global order and a potential fracturing of the Western world. The implications are vast and complex. For over 70 years, the EU and US have been tightly linked, but the decision by these nations to court an alternative power center suggests the West's magnetic pull is weakening. The historical ties are being tested. The journey of these 2 EU nations toward BRICS is not an isolated event, but a symptom of a much larger global transformation. The world is witnessing a realignment of economic and political forces. Understanding the motivations and consequences of this move is essential for navigating the uncertain waters ahead. The future of global alliances hangs in the balance. BRICS began as a catchy acronym in 2001, coined by a Goldman Sachs economist. It was initially used to describe the potential of Brazil, Russia, India, and China as emerging economic giants that could reshape the global economy. These countries were seen as the future powerhouses capable of driving global growth and development. The group's first summit in 2009 marked its shift from concept to geopolitical bloc, especially after the 2008 financial crisis exposed weaknesses in Western-led systems. This summit was a significant milestone, highlighting the need for a more balanced global economic order. South Africa joined in 2010, expanding BRICS' reach to Africa and solidifying its ambition to represent the Global South. This inclusion was a strategic move to enhance the bloc's influence and diversity. The bloc created the new Development Bank and Contingent Reserve Arrangement in 2014, offering alternatives to Western financial institutions. These initiatives aim to provide financial support for development projects and stabilize member economies during crises. Over time, BRICS broadened its agenda to include security, climate change, and technology, operating on consensus and mutual respect. This expansion reflected the bloc's commitment to addressing global challenges collectively. This evolution transformed BRICS from an economic idea into a multifaceted alliance capable of influencing various aspects of international relations. Its growing appeal now extends far beyond its original members, attracting interest from numerous countries worldwide, eager to join this influential group. BRICS' ambition surged at the 2024 Kazan Summit, where Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and the UAE joined as full members. Soon after, Indonesia also joined, transforming BRICS into a 10-nation powerhouse, BRICS Plus, representing 45% of the world's population and over a third of global GDP. The inclusion of major oil producers gave the bloc significant leverage over global energy. This expansion was driven by a desire for a more inclusive international system reflecting 21st century realities. The Rio Summit in 2025 solidified BRICS Plus as a global heavyweight, with leaders calling for a new era of global governance. The bloc's rapid growth is not just anti-Western, but pro-multipolarity, offering a new model for global cooperation. The stage was set for even more dramatic developments. Hungary and Slovakia are now preparing formal applications for BRICS membership, marking a historic pivot away from their traditional Western allies. Hungary's Eastern opening policy and Slovakia's pragmatic approach reflect a growing belief that their interests are no longer exclusively aligned with Brussels and Washington. The timing is critical, coming after BRICS' major expansion and amid global instability. By signaling intent to join BRICS, both nations are hedging their bets in a multipolar world. This move carries significant risks: potential political isolation, economic repercussions, and a crisis of identity for the EU. Yet, the potential benefits of aligning with the world's fastest-growing economic bloc seem to outweigh the risks for Budapest and Bratislava. Hungary and Slovakia's potential accession to BRICS is a geopolitical earthquake, challenging the assumption that EU membership and transatlantic allegiance are indivisible. Their move could paralyze EU foreign policy and create unprecedented conflicts of interest within NATO. The presence of BRICS members in NATO would raise serious questions about trust, intelligence sharing, and military strategy. This shift is a victory for the multipolar vision championed by Beijing and Moscow, validating their narrative of Western decline. It could embolden other countries to reconsider their alignments and deepen ideological divides within Europe. The debate over BRICS membership is about more than foreign policy. It's about identity, values, and Europe's future direction. The entry of 2 EU nations into BRICS could disrupt established trade and financial patterns. For Hungary and Slovakia, the lure is access to BRICS plus markets, investment, and infrastructure projects, especially from China. But aligning with BRICS could create regulatory divergence and trade friction within the EU, threatening the single market. BRICS aims to reduce reliance on the US dollar, promoting local currencies and alternative financial institutions. EU members joining BRICS would accelerate the erosion of the dollar's dominance and challenge the euro's international role. This risks fragmenting the European economy and weakening the bloc's collective bargaining power. The economic pivot could make Europe more vulnerable to external pressures from both East and West. Analysts warn that Hungary and Slovakia's move could set a dangerous precedent, challenging not only the EU's identity and cohesion, but also its long-term stability. This unprecedented step by 2 member states is forcing the European Union to confront uncomfortable questions about its unity, values, and the strength of its institutions. The ripple effects could be felt far beyond Brussels, potentially encouraging other nations to reconsider their own allegiances. Experts argue that while BRICS diversity may limit its unity, the symbolism of EU members joining is powerful and could trigger a domino effect. The mere possibility of more EU countries exploring BRICS membership sends shockwaves through the international community, raising questions about the future of global alliances and the shifting balance of power. This move is seen as a signal that the world order is becoming more fluid and unpredictable. Economists are skeptical that the benefits for Hungary and Slovakia will outweigh the risks, warning of potential overdependence on China. They point to the economic uncertainties and the possibility of increased vulnerability to external shocks. Some caution that closer ties with BRICS could complicate existing trade relationships and expose these countries to new forms of political and financial pressure. BRICS commentators see this as a rejection of Cold War mentality and a pragmatic adaptation to a new global reality. They argue that the world is moving beyond old divisions, and that countries are seeking flexible partnerships to better serve their national interests in a rapidly changing environment. Many agree this moment exposes a crisis of confidence in Western leadership, as China's infrastructure-led diplomacy gains appeal. The growing influence of China's economic model is prompting some to question whether the West can still offer a compelling alternative, especially to countries seeking rapid development and investment. The West's inability to offer a compelling vision risks losing influence to alternative models. Without a clear and attractive path forward, more nations may be tempted to look elsewhere for partnerships and opportunities, further eroding Western dominance on the world stage. The decision by 2 EU nations to explore BRICS is a stark warning. If the West cannot adapt to new realities and address the needs of its members, others will. This pivotal moment could reshape the future of international alliances and redefine what global cooperation looks like in the years ahead. News of Hungary and Slovakia's intentions has triggered urgent diplomacy in Brussels. The EU faces a legal and political dilemma, as its treaties lack clear mechanisms to block such moves. Behind the scenes, leaders are likely offering incentives and warnings to persuade Budapest and Bratislava to reconsider. A heavy-handed response could backfire, pushing them further toward Moscow and Beijing. In Washington, the move is seen as a direct threat to American interests, prompting a reassessment of security commitments. The West's response will likely focus on strengthening core alliances and offering more attractive alternatives to BRICS influence. The actions of Hungary and Slovakia have forced the West to compete more effectively in the global marketplace of ideas. This is a wake-up call for Western unity and strategy. We are witnessing a pivotal moment as the established world order cracks and a new unpredictable era emerges. The decision by 2 EU nations to seek BRICS membership signals the end of unquestioned Western supremacy and the dawn of a multipolar age. This transformation will shape the 21st century for everyone, affecting trade, security, and global cooperation. A world divided into competing blocs could mean more friction and instability, or a more balanced system, if managed well. The actions of Hungary and Slovakia reflect a broader search for alternatives felt worldwide. Staying informed and engaged is essential, as today's choices will define the world for future generations. The world is being remade, and we are all witnesses to its creation.